Disclaimer, my readings are not for the faint of heart. Must have thick skin.
Fire signs, your overall energy is the Hermit. You have the Four of Wands, the Three of Cups, and then you have the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Ace of Coins. And this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, so with your overall energy being a Hermit, I kind of feel that you are becoming hyper focused on something. It seems like you're maybe or maybe you've been having like a lot of fun or celebrating, socializing, going out, and for some of you this could also represent maybe like the end of summer. So especially those of you who are maybe teachers and you have to go back to school, educators, because it does kind of give off the energy of end of summer and then back to serious work. But it does look like you've been having a good time, and you know, now it's just time for you to become very focused. And it looks like you're being introverted and studying or doing some sort of research, maybe also preparing for something. For some of you, I feel like you could be maybe focused on going to a job, especially maybe like a part-time job. And so you're having to learn and discuss things with coworkers. And I feel that you have like, you know, financial security on the way. It looks like you are in a position where maybe you're able to save some sort of money. And if things have been, you know, a little unstable for you, I feel like things are now stabilizing. I'm seeing signs that you're like laying down some sort of a foundation and establishing some sort of security. You also could be seeing synchronicities of nines. I'm seeing like 999. That could be telling you that you have completed something, or you know, completed some sort of inner work, and now it is time for you to, you know, move on to a new beginning. So there's going to be some sort of ending and then a new beginning, because you're reaching a level of completion. And I feel like you're also feeling very confident and secure and healthy. Now there could be some issues going on where at some point you start to have doubts or something. You might be the type of person that like you get the answer right on the first try, but then you start second guessing and you're like, maybe that wasn't right. I need to go recalculate this. I need to go reconfigure some things. And it just seems like you kind of get in your own way at times. Because I feel like initially, you know what you're doing. You know what direction you want to take. I feel like you're making good decisions, but then something happens where you get a little triggered. Now, I don't know. I feel like this trigger is self-inflicted, rather than coming from an outside force. This seems internal. Something's going on where, you know, you're dealing with something. And then it looks like you also become introverted or shy. I don't know. Maybe you feel like you were too confident about something and you're like, oh, you know, like, let me calm down, or let me take a step back, because I'm getting ahead of myself. And something's going on where, you know, you just kind of like it just looks like you're standing tall and then you start hunching over. Yeah. Now, I feel like you're needing to continue to trust your intuition. You also seem like you start to become bored. You might get bored really easily, or there's this feeling of dissatisfaction and you wanting to just like hide or isolate. You're like, I just want to think to myself, or I don't feel like discussing what I'm feeling right now. There also could be someone that is trying to gain your trust. Maybe someone is kind of looking up to you or find you appealing or attractive or just interesting. And you might give off a vibe of, yeah, nice talking to you. I'd like to go back to my phone now. So something's going on where you are standing out or, getting attention or something, and then it just seems like you retreat. So you also could be doing some sort of spending. You might be treating yourself or pampering yourself in some way. And it just seems like you have a focus and you have like some sort of financial security. Now, if it is talking about something in regards to career, it could be that you're making money, but maybe there is just like this feeling of dissatisfaction or boredom, but you just choose to focus on money. You're like, well, I don't really like this, job, but let me just focus on the money. Now, you also could potentially receive some sort of unexpected money. Maybe is some sort of winnings, especially if you were going to go out gambling. You might win something. Now, don't go too crazy because it doesn't look like a whole lot, but it just looks like something nice. It also could be that someone is giving you a gift. I feel like you're also very focused on practical things and material things. I feel like you're not wanting to get too caught up into emotional things this weekend. You're wanting to focus on finances, money, and health. I'm getting a J letter for somebody, possibly Jacob. Also, like Jabir, it's like an Arabic name. So it seems like you could also be trying to figure something out. It just seems like there is some sort of teamwork or negotiations going on. There may be some difficulties in agreeing on something or trying to blend ideas together. It also looks like you're having second thoughts on something. I feel like you're starting to change your mind. I feel like you agree to something, and then after you agree to it, now you're just kind of like, I don't know, like maybe I want to back out of this agreement. I don't know if I want to keep moving forward with this. So I kind of feel like that is some sort of second guessing that's going on. I feel like you're also going to find out some sort of secret, or someone is going to reveal a secret to you. I feel like you are also maybe daydreaming, fantasizing, but at the same time making some sort of plans for like a vacation, or it's something that you're fantasizing about, especially if you're starting to make money. You might feel like now you can make some sort of concrete plans to do something or to pay for something. It's something that you're daydreaming or fantasizing about. I feel like you also could be trying to focus on your family, or like healing your family. Some of you are also like breadwinners for your family, so you might be thinking about your family and wanting to provide for them. Like you might be the one that wants to be a provider, and just kind of like, oh, I want to help my family, or me and my family can do this. I feel like you're thinking about your family, especially if you have like extra money coming in. It seems like there are things that you're thinking about doing together as a family unit. You also might be discussing things with family as far as like trying to maybe start a family business, or maybe buy some family property, or just like working together as a family. It kind of seems like maybe people are throwing around ideas. If you're away from home, if you're a homebody, I feel like you're thinking about home, being back at home. In a love situation, there could be either a coworker that's interested in you, that's trying to get to know you, or you are talking to someone while you're at work, or you're meeting or interacting with someone during working hours. So I don't know, maybe you go out for lunch and then you happen to run into someone, and technically you're still at work. So I feel like if you are approached by anyone, you are going to come off suspicious towards them. It seems like you don't fully trust them. Maybe you are also just very used to being independent or single. And so just like the thought of entering a relationship makes you recoil a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit of a desire, but also kind of like, I don't know about this. Also, if someone is being nice to you, I feel like you wonder why. You're like, I don't, what do you want out of it? Or, you just don't fully trust this person. So I also feel that someone is lurking, or someone is keeping some sort of tabs on you. Someone might try to get you to join some sort of group, or if it's Facebook, maybe someone is requesting your friendship. But I would be suspicious of a profile, because I do feel that maybe a profile isn't real. Now, I kind of feel like the person behind the mask is genuinely interested, but they are feeling the need to hide who they are. I'm also seeing this as two different energies. You might be the confident energy, whereas it's bringing out someone else's insecurity. Like maybe someone feels like intimidated by you, or they're just, they're like, I don't even know if this person is going to want to talk to me. So maybe the way you're carrying yourself, for whatever reason, this person is just feeling like maybe you wouldn't be into them. And I feel like this person, maybe they also feel like you aren't emotionally available for them, and they're just kind of like a little guarded, or maybe your response to them makes them kind of recoil, and they're like, oh. Either way, it just seems like you could possibly bring out someone's insecurities. Even if this person is normally very confident and secure, something about you are making them insecure. I feel that somebody is waiting for you to either notice something or respond to something. I feel like it's a water sign that wants your attention, and they're waiting to see if you're going to respond or acknowledge them. I also feel like someone is trying to refrain from a relationship, not because, or refrain from flirting or talking, not because they're in a relationship, but just more so because they aren't quite ready emotionally. If you are a thinker or innovative, I feel that you have an idea that can generate income. It also could be, again, like working together with a group of people, or trying to like collaborate on something that has to do with, money or income. I feel like you're also making some sort of decision to go after something. I feel like you have some sort of clear direction. If you work for a company but you've been wanting to be independent or work for yourself, it's possible you could start working for yourself around Libra season. Especially if there's some sort of opportunity being made available to you to be an independent contractor or entrepreneur. I feel like you're going after that opportunity. If you already work for yourself, you might see some sort of additional income coming in by Libra season. All right, so I am going to pull some energy cards. I forgot to pre-shuffle the love reading, but that's okay, I'll do it. All right, so what additional messages are there for fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, you have anxiety, strategy, indecision, overall energy, journey. All right, so I feel like you have just started some sort of journey, and maybe you're also being enlightened on the way, or you understand that something is part of your spiritual path, but is still giving you anxiety. I feel like you're still feeling overwhelmed or stressing about some things. Maybe, you're concerned about where you're headed, even if you already know where you're headed, like you're still concerned about this new adventure. And I kind of feel like there's going to be some hesitance, and you are going to be like, okay, I need to regroup. Let me see if this is the only route that I can go, because it seems like you're on a one-way road, and you're like, can I turn back? Is there another route? Can I make another route? So I kind of feel like you are going to start doing some sort of brainstorming. I feel like you are torn about where you're headed. Like maybe you're getting a glimpse of something and you're like starting to worry about it. Yeah, it just kind of feels like you're at a crossroads and just very conflicted about what direction you should go in. Even if initially you felt like you knew, I just kind of feel like you start changing your mind. You might see something you don't like. You may experience something that you don't like, or your intuition is just like screaming at you and just kind of like making you feel like, I don't know. You also might need to, if you journal, like maybe review your journal and see if there are any clues that you may have left out for yourself at some point. That happens to me all the time. It's so weird. Sometimes I can see things like in a full circle. Like I'll look at something in a journal from, 6 years back. Then I'll look at something in a journal 3 years back, and it's like, hey, like here I am talking about that same thing again. Or, it's just if you journal, like, and if you go through your journals through the years, you'll see it's almost like your future self is trying to leave clues out for you. So I kind of feel like, that is something that you're needing to do, because it's like a message even like on a deeper note, if you've even seen this movie, and I'm not going to give it away just in case you haven't, but Interstellar. If you've seen Interstellar, that's kind of like the energy that I'm getting. Yeah, it's like I just basically feel like there's a message that is coming in for you and you're trying to figure it out. All right, so let's pull a love message. All right, what love message is there for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising? And you have calling your soulmate, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So maybe, you know, something that you have been trying to manifest is finally unfolding or coming to life. And it does seem like there is someone that is wanting to uplift you or wanting to be a part of your life, wanting to protect you. I feel that whoever comes into your life, like maybe you guys are on the same page. So there definitely could be a connection coming up. Now, just because too someone is a soulmate doesn't necessarily mean that you end up being in a relationship, but you might. It could either end up in a relationship, or maybe it's just some sort of strong connection, or maybe there's significant something that you're needing to take from the connection. So yeah, you do seem to have a soulmate coming through though. All right, so hopefully this helps. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending love and grace.